but it would be an amazing start if they could steal this top floor. Alamau through mezzanine to clear the barbed wire. The flame open to Alamau is just going to set him back. That's Vidiking with the Shamika launcher from R6.
And then
The barbed wire has been dealt with. Handy low. And he's got the death mark on him as well from Doki. Flashes and uses it. And Doki, the aggression with the Vendetta, will find the opening kill, highlighting his strength on a map like this. But Souls, he is just doing different things tonight. The MVP from Fortress finds a big kill back onto Loira. Still, G2, we're pretty content with the start to this round. Breach opened up, Alamau with mezzanine control, same with Doki. So they can really start to put the pressure into sight. Faze kind of hemmed in. Doki again. He puts the Vendetta away, but he still finds the kill. Souls will fall. No more Kiva barriers. The Azami no longer an obstacle. And Vidiking starting to run low on that Shamika launcher.
And Cyber out of util. G2 pathing towards a default plant position. If Stompn can get that route towards site. 30 seconds.
KDS is his position. No, well, he did just tap fire. Doki's going to go with the death mark onto Vidiking. Deep inside of R6. Playing the tucked-in angle. He now goes prone. Deep into Master. The trade comes through from Stompn. We are getting a little bit low on time. Stompn thought about the plant inside of Mask and now will opt to stick it. Blaz covering from mezzanine. Alamau putting good pressure from behind. So G2 have got a wonderful pinch here. Vidiking could not push to deny that plant. But a swing from KDS. And Stompn then, though, the response onto Vidiking. And KDS must now win the 1v2, or G2 will take this map, take this round to start this map.
They've got the cross. Alamau and Stompn remain disciplined. There we go.
Good discipline from the duo. Alamau with the Blackbeard shield made it difficult to clear him. Stompn then gun up. They take top floor on the attack. The perfect start for G2.
Love that intensity. And if you're a G2 fan, it has to be exciting to see Doki activate so early already here on map 2. The influence of the Deimos for that lobby clear was huge. Catches handy. What a kill. And he followed that up later as well into the round with a kill on Souls, who immediately looked a little bit dangerous. So keep that in mind for the remainder of this map as well. And then from there, good attacking pattern. Vidiking stalled out default for a long period of time. G2 threw everything they had at him to try and stall him out, distract him, force him off that plant denial. It was successful. Plant goes down. Good rotation from Alamau, and the 2v1 was clean.
And that's the thing. Alamau helps to clear mezzanine, deals with the barbed wire, soaks up a few Shamika launches. They get mezzanine control, and then goes for the big wrap rotate, and then puts pressure from the other side of site. Big reason why they were able to win that round. And it's not going to be the repeat from Faze, despite the strength of that site defensively. Instead, now opting to go basement, we go to lab. That might just bring the roam game now out of Faze. Very well should. Cyber on the Vigil, Souls on the Solus, and well, you kind of get the picture. We should get some fights here around the map.
G2 eager will be eager rather to contest for that map control, activate the ram, get Verd in towards site, start pressuring and spacing out the defense.
Oh, patient for Cyber. It's a little early. We were able to survive.
Would have been a hell of a scalp if he got it.
Yeah, and the logic bombs are crucial here on a site like Basement with the roamers of the defenders around the map. Just getting as much auditory information along with the drone information. There could be a big map on the roam. There is that logic bomb to help facilitate some of these positions for G2 to push through, take these fights over towards green. Doki, by the way, very close to Cyber. He gets taken to half health. He might just run, though, towards Alamau. Over around blue stairs, but KDS and Vidiking there as well. A lot of numbers here for Faze. Alamau has to be careful. He goes shield back up, good yellow ping. Impact does nothing, and Alamau plays really disciplined there to just fall back. And then just base them all in. Good push from Doki and Loira off of that intel.
That's great.
Safe played from Alamau. The team then comes to help, and they get rewarded. This is much better from G2 to start on land. Nothing that Vidiking can do with that Blackbeard. He does get the kill onto Doki, but then that allows the trade for Alamau. You can get one, but maybe then not the second. And Handy by himself means that for G2, it's looking like a 2-0 start on their map of Lair.
Alamau continues to probe. Wow.
He wants to make amends. Let's be honest, he wants to make amends for that 1v1 at the end of Fortress. Been a great start from Alamau on the Blackbeard. Good follow-up from the rest of the team. 2 attacking rounds to begin on Lair. Most importantly, on the top floor, it seems like we've got a crash. Blaz has left the server. This will result in a technical timeout. Dare I say, though, similar start to Fortress where G2 went 3-1 up. The difference being, though, that on Fortress, they were on defense.
Exactly. And they're looking clean here on Lair. Again, the tempo over the course of the last 2 rounds has been really nice. Good flow through the rounds. They're playing off their roles, opening kills, displacing defense, utilizing utility correctly. The Blackbeard in that last round from Alamau was really, really nice. So much pressure laid onto the defense. The King was never given an opportunity to maybe progress forward and then find trades, for example, and then well, obviously Andy gets stranded on site. We're clear from G2.
And it's not just Alamau, but also playing off of him is an important role for the rest of the team when you're going to have that Blackbeard that is more than comfortable to push forward, get in the face of the opposition.
Yeah.
Mike down. We're getting potentially attack out of the tech. Hasn't been communicated. All 10 players, by the way, back into the server, so I can't imagine we're too far away from continuing. Do apologize for the slight delay. It seems as if it will be a tactical timeout.
Não. Vamos só fazer a parada de queimar a caveira com aquela parada de biriba, Randy. Fechou? Só que aí eu preciso de um pouco mais de segurança naquela... Na parte da escada. Então a gente precisa sim de peitar a parte da escada. Fechou? A gente vai ter que ficar queimando lá para o Termite e o Souls também com a mira.
Quer fazer comigo embaixo? Quem vai tentar a escada?
No mão de baixo, em vez de tu pegar a Kesa pra renovar lá, pega a Zami, fecha, fica fechando a janela e a gente mantém a parada dos piques, fechou?
Tá bom? Fechou.
Vamos do 4 a gente fala da Clash.
Quer começar
Tá
embaixo? Mas vai mostrar da Clash? Se for pra não mostrar?
Ué, pode começar embaixo, pegar a direita, depois você volta lá pro bomb, mas joga em cima.
Se for pra não mostrar da Clash.
Don't speak Portuguese, but I thought I heard Caveira at the start, then I heard Azami, I thought I heard
Allah. Yeah.
We're not going to get any of those except the Azami. Again, I imagine it's probably just strategic calling. Faze aren't in a position where they need to rev up or they need to be told to get going. It's just all about strats right now for them, from Faze's perspective. This is the best kind of, let's be honest, scrim opponent you could ask for, who's fighting for their tournament life at the 6th Invitational, where Faze have got nothing to lose. This is as best practice as you will get.
Yeah, absolutely. You have one team throwing everything they have,
holding nothing back.
And Faze are trying to withstand the storm. So far, it's been a little bit of a struggle. G2 have looked clean, their attacks are succinct, and Faze will be looking to disrupt. They do, in fact, stick top floor. That's where we head for round 3. The mirror in play is intriguing, just offers a different element in terms of hard breach denial. Last time out, G2 pretty freely able to open exterior, and then once they got ops interior for default, G2 lent really nicely into the Kaid and the Bandit duo ban. But with that mirror now on the board and the disruption that can often offer, we'll see if it's as easy going for them this time around. Deimos is back, but not for Doki. Loira this time out and the shotgun in hand.
More than capable. It's not really an issue. G2 never won 3 rounds in a row on Fortress. Can they do so here to begin on Lair? Early E1D from Blaz. Oh my god. Talk about the quick entry from Loira. Shotgun now into the Vendetta. Was playing off the old ping information. Good little movement. Loira half held, but has found the early entry kill for G2. And has then therefore created space for the rest to follow.
Yeah, it's been a rough start for Handy in that position. Caught out last time. Got dumped with utility, and this time, Loira able to march forward. Catches a good timing. 4 targets available. He selects Cyber. Over towards Mez. G2.
Nitro Sal almost found the kill. That was a long-range Nitro from Cyber. He was in Master, threw that across Mezzanine, and somehow Loira stays alive.
Great survivability. And so 5 players still up for G2. Now Doki Will he be the next to Pepper Sight? Still a full belt of utility on the Capitao, and that can be massively influential as G2 again looking like they're shaping up for a default plan.
And it's a very similar position for G2 as it was back in the opening round. Full mezzanine
Now
control.
Soul's targeted. This is a big moment for G2.
Souls will go down. Vidiking was right next to him. Can't do anything to help out. Still has 2. Make it 3 gas babes. He thought about throwing 1. Puts it back into the pocket. Now will indeed throw it out. Just looking to block off Mask in an entry position into there. Huge advantage for G2 to try and take another attacking round on this top floor.
Stompn will drop that diffuser. Maybe we'll rotate around for split pressure.
Alamal's the one that's got it now, and indeed Stompn on the move. He'll go try and take that position that we saw Alamal play last time out, but Doki just wants to go straight in. Got one. Quick trade, though, by Cyber. Keeps still a 2-player advantage for G2, and Alamal will now go for the plant inside of Mask. It doesn't even go down because G2 will shred the defense of Faze. They make it 3 straight.
A slight variation, similar end goal with the default plant, not even required. Great clear. Loira absolutely phenomenal on the Deimos early round. He followed that up with utility by staying alive and avoiding the Nitro, which then aided the clear of Souls. With that, so much pressure on site. Faze left discombobulated. It's a perfect start for G2.
It is indeed perfect as we get the bans. Bye-bye to the Clash, bye-bye to the Grim. We were off. Grim played twice, once by Blaz and once by Alamal in that previous round. There were only 2 rounds that weren't converted, 1 from G2 and 1 from Faze. So it's been high conversion rates.
Everybody inside of the server. Round 4 will resume as we look back at round number 3. Big, confident play from Loira to
I reckon that drone from Doki just does enough to just grab Handy's attention.
Maybe for a split second.
Just a minuscule of a second.
Let's go, Zach. Get the
Vibes are good.
Vibes are good, yeah.
All right. Briefing it is. I love this side. There's so many options for the attack. The meta's kind of evolved to the point where Sense is favored by many teams. They'll use that as a tool to sometimes entirely, or at least for the most part, bypass the top floor hold from the defense. They can try and tuck into a corner, find an off-meta plan position, or even directly under the bunk itself. And it's very challenging then from a vert position up above sometimes to locate and shut down that planter. You can throw in a bit of split pressure, try to throw off Faze. There's also the fuse available here, so shield still on offer. Let's see what G2 can cook up.
I don't envy those with shields.
Very curious to see what this impact is going to be from the fuse. It's one of the lowest pick rates at SI so far, 0.5%. He played in 5 rounds, but it's won 3 of those 5 rounds. Niche selection here for Doki.
Presumably, the planter in this round, he can use the shield on his back for added protection. That's one possibility.
Loira, another open kill. He's gotten 3 straight here on Lair. And it's on to Souls. Stompn over towards Bridge. Also connects. There is that shield in play. And G2's attacking prowess right at the foray of this match. 3 very quick kills has already obliterated the defense of Faze.
G2 are on a rampage, and Faze are finding it difficult to slow this down. A 2 versus 5, minute 30 on the clock. May well be one left standing for Faze if KDS can't win this fight, but he does.
That's a start for Faze. They need to start trying to get some trades back. Try and just at least keep G2 honest if they're just going to be pushing aggressively. Stompn through briefing. He's 6-0. Yellow ping info through the wall. He hits the headshot as KDS started firing back. That gave Stompn the information needed. Handy from above in R6 will at least kill Blaz. But then traded back by Alamal. It's 4-0 to G2. They take Bunk's briefing. Where has this come from?
Lovely stuff from G2 so far. Difficult to fault them on these 4 successful attacks. And Faze being overrun at the moment, and it's not often you say that sentence against any team.
When the Assaulteds kind of get caught over towards Green. Cyber lost his battle towards Skybridge. and it just all starts to fall apart, especially on Funk's briefing where you're not going to be playing on site. You have to take these contest fights. G2 are aware of that. They force the issue. Stompn doesn't give up on that spray through the wall. KDS started to fire back, made it a little easier. Stompn 7-0. Of course, players have left the lobby. Doki 6-3, Loira 4-2. Every single one of his kills has been an opening kill.
It's a straight set for G2 in the opening kill department as well. 4 from 4.
5 seconds left.
Early, the mid round, the late, every phase at the moment is good.
Let's try top floor again, shall we? For the third time phase. Let's see if this time, third time's the charm.
Well, can they win the fight lobby stairs? That's been the Achilles heel for this defense.
Start trying to be able to fight lobby stairs, deny that mezzanine control. Stop giving G2 so much easy space to then just absolutely harass those that are actually on site. Andy will play main stairs.
Deploying drone.
Faze to bring the Tachanka back into play. We saw it dropped for the reattempt, but it's back for the third try. Again, looking to stall out default. The G2 shape up for the default once more. Maybe our 6 room gets a little more attention to mix things up.
They drop the Capital, they bring the Ying. One thing that G2 have done well, fighting into this top floor, small variations in their operator lineup. So they're not necessarily always doing exactly the same thing. They've got different tools that they bring. Stompn not worried too much about that mirror window.
Although it does get popped.
It does.
So Stompn will forfeit. Exothermic remains intact. Still 3 pockets. May not be a position that necessarily gets opened up as an entry point, but as we kind of saw last time, it was actually Stompn himself. Still somewhere you can post up for the plant coverage, for the post.
Andy's actually given up main stairs, by the way, so Doki's just walked straight up.
Oh no,
Doki's
not
up
again,
main stairs.
Faze.
He's just walking mezzanine for free.
Don't let them get this control for free again.
Fell back into server. Andy was sitting main stairs
now it's
for a
Loira.
while. Now Loira gets to also push up the other side of mezzanine. Again, Faze has given G2 this mezzanine control.
What can Souls do? Master Office.
Where's the adaptation here for Faze? This is so far looking like it's going to be the third straight attempt for G2 where they've got Mez control. They'll look for picks. They're going to open up Mask, which has been now opened up. Mika launcher from Vidaking. 60 seconds remaining. The good news for Faze, though, is they do still have 5 players intact. Handy's still got that Nitrocell over towards server. Soul's playing a very important position on that Azami with the Kiba barriers. He has just kind of tucked back closer towards Vidaking with that deployable shield.
This is an all-in from Faze. Denied default with the Shamika launcher and the gas canister.
But they're sitting back, though, to not get picked. They want G2 to have to push into site this time. Rather than getting the free picks, having then the numbers, and there's not a lot of pinch pressure here from G2 either. It's all rather forward. Despite that, it's Doki that finds yet another opening kill, 2 for 2. Doki now on the rotate up green stairs. And Stompn just cannot die. He's 9-0, but it's a 2v2 and he gets tagged quite low. Doki needs to get involved and do so quickly.
They're so split.
Deathmark activated onto Souls. The Vendetta firing. One bullet left, and he does get the down onto Souls. 5 seconds left as Stompn goes for the plant. He's actually behind the Kiba barrier that was placed by Souls, and Doki comes back with the Vendetta! It's 5 straight for G2! 2 rounds away from getting us to border. What a round from Stompn and Doki.
Big moments there from the big hitters of G2. Stompn on fire, and Doki, despite being so far away, massively influential in that round. Faze did a good job in terms of denying default. They forced the flood from G2. It almost worked, but Stompn hit some sharp shots. And then Doki, what a wallbang. KDS stranded, the Kiba barrier used against Faze. 5 straight.
3 kills for Doki, 2 kills for Stompn. They do it themselves. Obviously help from others, but they connect the shots. 3 times Faze have fallen on the top floor of Lair.
You do not see that every day of the week. Well, now they're starting to get a little active in the old chat, which has been remarkably quiet over the course of this series so far.
5 seconds remaining.
So Cyber will bring out the Cav.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse
He
it.
hit one successful flank on Fortress,
He
to be fair.
did. So not the first time that Cyber's opted to go a little cheeky here in this series.
Ah, but G2 have spotted the cav. You can see the death mark available.
Now aware of the fact there is a cav, but as is the nature of the cav, well, now you got to kind of find him as he's running around the map.
I suppose even if Cyber isn't able to have massive influence in terms of like an interrogation or anything spectacular like that, he may be able to soak up some of that death mark utility and lock him down. And that's exactly the case. Doki will invest it onto Cyber.
But that also soaks up those death marks from everyone else. So that's also still kind of a win, I guess, with Faze. Cyber's like, I know I'm going to get death marked. That's not the end of the world. I'll just keep running around the map. Although right now he's actually just in basement.
He'll just pitch a tent and stay inside probably.
So the final round of the half. Can G2 go the clean sweep and get 6 straight?
No contest on the first floor from Faze this time around. They will eagerly sit side, lean into the denial of the Goyo and the smoke. Echo can feed info. And the Banshees from KDS can maybe stall out this push. Loira active.
6 straight opening kills. 4 to Loira, 2 to Doki, 4 G2. They had the streak yesterday, if you recall, guys. 14 opening kills straight.
They lost the map, of course.
Okay, sorry. Asterisks is they did lose the map.
That was the even more crazy part of that result. Midpoint of the round, though, and they're looking good here on Lair. 5-0, the scoreline. 5-4, the man count. Alamau to soak up utility. Souls trying to stall out the Blackbeard.
He's death marked.
Is on Echo.
Was.
Is on Echo. So Faze have pretty good live intel.
Cam's a hack, though.
Indeed they are.
And again, the time management from G2 has been really, really solid here on lead.
They've been getting so active.
Final gas bait from Souls. Alamau will go down, and he will stay down courtesy of the gas bait. Really nicely done from Souls. They deal with the Blackbeard. That's going to hinder G2 pushing in towards the site.
Changing mags.
Curious to see if there's some kind of twist in the tail here for Cyber on the Cav, if he's going to be able to do something. He's just sitting in basement. Loira taken very, very low. Can Faze deny the clean sweep? Yokai shot out. And cams have been hacked. Oki over towards Stock. It's Souls that is able to finish off Loira, who was low. Pop in, push in from Doki. You can tell he's feeling it now. Oh, running behind you. What a reaction headshot from Doki. He literally just pushed in from there. But then Stompn loses his life for the first time of the map, and Vidiking's down, and it's only KDS.
One shot.
G2, can they make it 6 straight as Blaz will get the kit down? Doki has been so good, but he can't win that battle. Has KDS got the time to go for the revive? The answer to that question is indeed yes. And Blaz now in a 1v2 post plant from above.
Will back himself on the vert, has a flash to play off. Can G2 have the perfect half?
Vidiking and KDS are both very low. Blaz doesn't need to do a lot of damage. He just needs to watch the kit. Vidiking to sacrifice himself and go up above. Yellow ping intel. Blaz knows he's getting pushed on. He too also has the information. He's sitting very well positioned. Now turns his attention back to the kit. It indeed will be 6 straight from G2 on Lair. They've got 6 map points. Flawless and clinical. Oh, they're so back.
Wow.
What's that meme? It's never been so over, and then there's the arrow, and then we're so back, and then it's, well, never been. We're going around in circles.
It's
Surely border now is all but a certainty.
You've perfectly depicted the life cycle of a G2 fan. Oh, it makes that third map so tantalizing. G2 are on a roll. Their key players firing, and their lair looking clean.
Well, this just feels like the formalities as we head into the second half, going through this ban phase. G2, 6 straight rounds, 6 straight opening kills, of course, all converted. And the heroes of the half, 10-4 from Doki, the highest EPS rated player, 2-0 on the entry, a 100% cost. Statistically, the MVP of the half, despite Stompn going 9-1, he actually had a lower EPS than Doki. And what a play as well here for Blaz. To be fair, KDS wasn't even on the kit with 8 seconds to go.
Yeah, probably not the cleanest clutch attempt ever from Faze, but still Blaz was in a really good position, so...
Played it so well to go take the vert, play it. He knows that even if they get the revive, they're both very low.
Yep.
Play into the win condition of denying them just being able to... They either have to double commit the plant, one has to then watch, but they're so low at that point you have to essentially hit a nutty headshot through the beams. If one goes for the retake, I could just win that battle anyway. Tuck into the corner, he has to then swing me.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
And you would imagine top floor defense again is a very, very strong site, but maybe if you've just been watching this game, you might not think that's the case.
You may not even see it successfully defended.
3% defensive win rate of Master and R6.
Loading new mag.
FaZe lost it 3 times.
Setting up a
Sequential breach.
So in a similar vein to Faze, G2 will elect to bring the Smoke and the Tachanka combination, potentially expecting a default plant attempt from Faze.
If we can go to Doki here, look at the difference already in the way that he's positioned. So he's playing mezzanine with the Azami, and the way that he is able to just say, hey, we're going to deny at least this left side. Souls has droned that main stairs isn't quite being watched, but it's already showcasing a difference in positional play from G2.
Well, Handy wants revenge. He wants revenge. He's on the Deimos trying to get control of Lobby Live. Drone, but Stompn says
just
good
swings main.
night.
Just swings main, gets the free kill. This one is all but done. Can you believe it? Fighting for their tournament life. G2 are about to 7-0 the reigning SI champions after losing the first map in a do-or-die elimination match of Lair. They have come straight on through
Breach activated.
and just drove by FaZe to set up Border. A straight best of one, their final chance. But boy, are they taking some form into that map of Border. G2 are well and truly back. Back on that bullshit. These guys are here to stay. One more map needed. 7-0.